Hey, what's up, my friend? So, welcome back to this week's market analysis. So, I had a couple of emails coming in, asking, hey, Rayner, where's your weekly market analysis last week? And the reason why there isn't a weekly market analysis the previous week is because I was in the midst of developing and uploading my candlestick trading course. So, for those of you who are unaware, right? So, basically, I've actually, developed a full-blown candlestick trading course and uploaded it to YouTube for free. So if you're unaware, right, I'll point out to you where to access this course later, and it's free of charge, right? No credit cards or anything that's required. Okay, so that's the reason why there wasn't a video last week. So anyway, back to this week's video, I want to cover three things, right? The first thing is to talk about the trading setups that I'm looking at this coming week, right? The thought process, entries and exits and stuff like that. The second thing I want to talk about is specially catered to price action traders, right? Who always wait for the price to come to support resistance level, right? That, not sure if you have encountered this, but often when you wait for the market to come to your level, chances are is that it won't come, right? So what can you do about this, right? So I'll explain to you what are the possible, solution that you can do about this, okay? And last but not least, right, the third thing that I want to cover is the strongest market that I've seen over the last 9 years of trading. And I want to, talk about this market and my thoughts on it. And it's a very popular market, right? I'm sure you can probably guess what it is, right? So all this and more in today's video. I'll see you there. Okay, so first thing first, alright, I just want to share with you that I've actually created a free candlestick trading course that explains to you, the free, what candlestick is all about, how to trade it, how to read it, the limitations of candlestick strategies, patterns, reversal patterns, and much more. So if you want to, check this free candlestick trading course, just go down to my channel, right? You can just put in youtube.com/user/trading with Rayner. You come to this page, click playlist, and you will see this this one over here. Just click play all, and you probably come across this entire candlestick trading course from video 1 all the way to video 17. So this is something that it's meant for you, right? It's for you and the trading community. So go ahead, right? Check out this course. It's entirely free, right? And I hope it kind of give you a better understanding to how to trade candlestick patterns. Okay, so with that said, let's move on to this week's market analysis. So the first market that I want to talk about is the dollar yen market. So this is interesting because you notice that the dollar yen, okay, it is pretty much in a range, right, between these highs, the 114.50 level area and this 108 level. So you can see that this market, right, basically is within a range, right? Area of resistance, area of support, and the market basically is like a ping pong, bouncing up and down. So from the looks of it right now, the price is actually broken below this area of support. Not a very large area, but it's quite significant, as you can see that price has bounced off twice off this level. And from the looks of it, right, my bias is towards the downside. Price could possibly retest this level over here, this swing, this minor swing level over here, where price previous resistance became a support, and then finally back towards this area of support over here. So now the question is, since you have a bias, right, how do you go about finding a setup to trade this bias? So first thing first, right, always to have a trend bias. That's the first thing, trend/bias, right? They mean the same thing. So once you have it, the second question is, where do you get an entry to enter the trade? Okay, so where is the entry? That's the second question that you want to ask yourself. So what I'm looking at is that on a 4-hour time frame, okay, there are a couple of ways to play this. I'm noticing that this market has broken this area of support that I've highlighted on the daily time frame. So the first one is possibly just a simple, a bearish flag where the market just continue breaking down this low of this flag and taking a shot towards the downside. Okay, that's one approach. The alternate approach, right, where if you want to trade the pullback, is that you can use the 20 period moving average, right? You notice that this market tends to bounce off this 20 period moving average, right? Bounce off once, twice, and right now it's almost back towards this level once again. So if the market can come up and trade above the 20 period moving average and then close lower, right, this would be another valid entry trigger to go short, trading off the bounce of the 20 period moving average, and your stop loss can be 1 time the ATR above this swing high. So if you pull out the ATR indicator, and let's say the ATR value is, let's say 60 pips, right? So from this high, you add 60 pips, and your stop loss would be somewhere around here. Okay, so this is a couple of ways to trade this bearish bias on the dollar yen. And then let's say if that happens, right, you could possibly look to take something off the table of this swing low, and perhaps choose to ride the remaining on this daily time frame and see how far this market can proceed lower. So there's a lot to discuss and think about in trade management. I cannot cover everything, but this is just basically the rough general idea that I'm looking at dollar yen and how I'm looking to trade this, right? Bias is towards the short side, and a couple of valid trading setups that you can look into for this coming week. So moving on, right, let's look at euro dollar. So euro dollar is a really interesting market because I'm not sure if you noticed is that this market has been in an uptrend. Then we had this chart pattern, right, this head and shoulders pattern, which clearly is didn't work out, right? It traded lower for a little bit and then it continued trading higher. But in the meantime, if you notice, right, there is an inverse head and shoulders pattern as well. So it's like two head and shoulders pattern back to back, right? And they are basically reversal of one another. But anyway, my bias for this, right, is actually towards the long side. Quite simple, because if you just pull out the 200 period moving average, you know that the long-term trend is still towards the upside. And plus this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a bullish pattern, plus the fact that the market has broke above this area of a resistance. Okay, so bias is towards the upside, and my guess is that the market could possibly retest this area of resistance over here, right? So this is something that I discussed, okay, maybe I didn't discuss before, but the market tends to trade from support to resistance, resistance to support of these key areas. So when the market breaks out of a key area, it tends to move towards the next area of interest, which is this area of resistance, where traders will be looking to take profits, trader looking to short. So the market tend to gravitate towards this support resistance levels on your chart. So with that said, right, I anticipate that the market could possibly retest this area over here. So how I'm looking to trade this is on a 4-hour time frame. A potential setup that could occur is I envision that there could be a potential bullish flag pattern where the market retraces very weakly, very small bodied candle retracement, a bearish flag, a bullish flag, and then when it breaks above the highs, right, this move could continue trading higher towards the upside. Alternatively, right, a scenario that could happen is the market just simply retests this previous resistance, turn support, and then from there it bounce up higher. So here's the thing about most price action traders. They will just look at support resistance, wait for the market to retest, and then get an entry. But here's the thing, right? Often when many traders are looking for the market to retest a level that the whole world is seeing, chances are it won't retest the level. Okay, so you always want to have alternate plan of action. What if the market does not retest this level? Is there any other valid trading setup that will get me on board this trade towards the upside? So I think this is a very important question. Okay, don't just wait for the market to come and retest this level before you get long, because chances are, as I've mentioned, right, it seldom does it very perfectly. Like for example, this one over here, previous resistance, price breakout, and then price action traders will tell themselves, okay, I'm going to wait for the market to come back to this level, previous resistance, turn support, and then I get long. And then what happened? The market didn't come to that level, and then it continued trading higher. So this is my point, right? Do not just fall into the myth, okay, that you have to only trade off support and resistance level. No, right? Price action traders, right? The really good ones, right? They know how to have anticipate other plan of actions if the market just doesn't come to that level that they are looking at. So this is important. Okay, this is for euro dollar, and let's move on, right, and talk about this market, which I feel is the strongest market over my last 9 years of trading. It's Bitcoin. So if you look at Bitcoin historically, right, just screen back a little bit, right, is that and this over here, right, the market appear not to be appear not to have much volatility, but no. It's actually a very it's actually a market that has volatility, right? The reason why it doesn't appear so is because of this increase in volatility over the recent months, right? So if I just scroll back, you can see that this market clearly is volatile. So you can see, right, the range are all pretty within the $300+ range. The market is already volatile, but as time goes on, it got even more volatile until where we are right now. So this has been the strongest bull market that I've seen over my last 9 years of trading. So, and I have a lot of questions, right, from traders asking, hey, Rayner, how do you trade Bitcoin? What is your take on Bitcoin? So, first and foremost, I don't trade Bitcoin. My broker doesn't offer it. But nonetheless, right, a market is a market. Price action is price action. And, the people who are trading it both have, fear, emotions, and greed whenever they are trading a particular market. So, whatever knowledge, principles that I've explained in the other markets can be as applicable to Bitcoin. And from what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, in my opinion, the best way to trade this market is on the retest. So if you notice, right, this market tends to, retest previous resistance and become support. Like for example, this one over here, previous resistance, act as support. Then the market I break out higher. This one almost retesting but didn't. Then a previous resistance, act as support again. So chances are this level, right, if the market will come back and retest, if it goes up further and come back, this will be the 7600 level, will be another possible level to be trading off. Okay, so for Bitcoin, all right, I would say this will be the best way, moving forward. I understand that, I said that don't be a one-trick pony in the earlier analysis, but for Bitcoin, right, if you just look at the price action, in my opinion, right, trading off this retest offers, I would say, one of the best entry timing that you can get for this particular market based on this historical price action. So always, be open and look at what the market is telling you, and then formulate trading ideas and setups in your head, right, on how to go about trading it. So my opinion, right, Bitcoin is it's bullish, right? I wouldn't necessarily want to just trade this breakout over here, because if you notice this price action of this market, it tends to break out and then does a pretty decent retracement, and then it break out, decent retracement, breakout. Chances are, right, there's a good chance it will do a decent retracement to shake out the weak longs out of the market before, continuing its next move higher. So Bitcoin is definitely a very strong market, right? And this is my take on it, on how you can, possibly trade this market if you are interested in it. Okay, so with that said, I have come to the end of this week's market analysis. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button below. And any feedback, comment, just let me know in the comment section below. So with that said, I wish you good luck and good trading, and I'll talk to you soon.